So we'll introduce...
I would have thought after the show anyway. So.
Yeah, right.
You gotta come and take your spot. All three of us in it? I can't see. There we go.
I think I need to aim...
Just a touch more of this direction.
Yeah, I think that'll get us.
There we go.
Hello friends, it's Kim Passable. I'm here with new friends, and we're at the Philadelphia Transgender Wellness Conference in Philadelphia. Well, actually, we're not at the conference anymore. We're at our hotel room. We are relaxing because it was a hard day of confronteering.
That's the word.
Okay, I'll go with
Yeah, conferencing. And we haven't decided what we're going to talk about yet. So what was interesting for anyone who would like to talk?
Well, meeting you guys was definitely the highlight so far. Like, I've been dying to meet her for the longest time.
Quinn's a celebrity.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
she's a
exactly
real
that,
celebrity.
though. No, hardly. I'm the one that nobody knows of.
Yeah, well...
One of the cool things about conferences, and I go to a lot of them, is that you really get, it's a chance for you to actually meet your friends. I mean, we're all so caught up in social media now, and we're staring into our phones, and these are real people on the other side, and it matters. It's not fake. But you end up wanting to meet these people in real life, and like today has been quite the experience for me anyway, because I've gotten to meet like 6 or 8 people I only knew from Facebook, so
Wow.
that was really, really cool.
So you've been meeting people all day, even like yesterday as well?
Mm-hmm. Here's the deal with conferences. If you want to be recognized from Facebook,
Yeah.
do something really, really, really obvious. So like the hair. Everybody sees my hair and they come up to me and they're like, "Are you Quinn?"
It's really important to stand out.
So I stand out enough that enough
Yeah.
people come up to me.
Yo,
It's a lot
yeah.
of fun.
I'm terrible. It's like noticing people, but I recognize you immediately.
When I looked up and I saw you were pretty recognizable as well.
Yeah, I can find Quinn in a conference room like that.
Yeah.
Like she's in that one.
Yeah. You're so
Just
easy to
open
pick
the
up.
door like, oh, no, not in there. And then next, ooh, we got to be in a student film.
Indeed.
Wait.
Yes.
What student film? I wasn't told about this.
They were up front of the conference where they're allowed to take photography, and we signed waivers and whatnot, and they asked us questions about trans representation in movies and television.
That was one of the questions. It was kind of like general Trans 101 stuff like, do you have you seen any role models in TV or films that are trans? Do you like the representation of transgender people in media? Which,
Not from Hollywood.
No, not really.
I'm gonna
In
be
fact,
honest.
one that I actually brought up was Orphan Black. I got really hooked on this show while I was at sea. And at one point, this girl who plays like 13 or 14 characters, it's all her. She's clones of herself. She plays this trans character. She's transmasculine in this one whole episode. It's a really big deal. And then nothing happens with the character again. And it to me, it felt like kind of like a weird left-handed handshake. Like they were trying to just put it in there for putting it in their sake. So I'm really hoping that in time, trans folks can actually turn up in media going about their life, doing their jobs as the stewardess or the sailor or the plumber or whatever. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's pretty soon. So the people who are making these films, people who are attracted by a conference like this, are going to be the ones making movies in Hollywood in the future.
Yeah,
So
yeah, right.
If I can do something to try and give them the right information at the beginning, perhaps they'll be the one that casts the transgender airline pilot whenever they make a movie years from now. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully one of my planes never crashes and you don't have to make a movie about me.
We'll just get Scarlett Johansson to play you.
As long as it's a woman, that's all I really care about. I actually told my girlfriend, I said, if I'm ever involved in a crash and like Discovery or History makes like a reenactment, please make sure they at least cast a woman or sue the hell out of them not to play me.
Well, if I'm ever depicted in movies, it's going to be Cuba Gooding Jr. I know that,
Wow.
but I'm like, just get him a dress that fits. Borrow that thing from Billy Porter, it's fine.
What about talks at the conference that interest inspired you?
I missed one. The one I wanted to see was yesterday, and I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. It was about like different personalities as a transgender person, like how to deal with like multiple personalities and stuff like that. Because like more than half of trans women I know have like a ton of different personalities they're constantly going through. Yeah, me included, I guess.
I've just been trying to learn about a lot of the I guess they are called disorders, so I want to treat this with as much dignity as I can.
I don't know the correct terminology.
Like DID and so on, where people do have dissociations or they have multiple personalities. And I knew it existed, but I didn't know much about it. And we met somebody at the conference yesterday who was running a booth that was basically there trying to educate folks about pluralism. About people who live with multiple personalities, accepted that is their truth, and are starting to live it out, right? So they have their own, not their own, but they're using the pronoun we to describe themselves,
right.
Which I thought was kind of cool. And
it's very interesting.
Yeah, they explained to me that there was, sometimes they make a decision based on being an individual, as opposed to making decisions as a group. And they can come up with a group consensus and
right.
use the pronoun we to describe that decision that was made by all of the personalities at once. So I thought that was really cool.
It was informative. I'd never known that was a thing. The only thing I'd heard of before was the Two-Spirit sort of tradition, and that was, I didn't realize there was any other thing. So they taught us some of the terminology and educated us briefly, and it was interesting.
That is a lot of the fun of this, is being, as long as you approach it with an open mind. I think that there's so much there, I can't even take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
I just like that it kind of like pushes my meter a little bit further. Like I feel like I just know more in general.
Yeah.
And it's not specific, it's holistic. I feel like I know a little more that someday might help me make somebody else feel really comfortable. And that's kind of my job.
It's nice you can gather a lot of information from this convention. Instead of, just finding fuck buddies.
I kind of assumed that would be a lot of it. And I was like, you know what, that's not why I'm here. I'm not going to come looking for it. But
I haven't had any luck.
It is certainly there in abundance. So.
If it happens, it happens. I'm not opposed to it.
There's always the dance party tonight.
There is.
I met a doctor that specialized in transgender surgery, gender confirmation surgery, Dr. Lace or Dr. Lace.
I think I met them last year.
So that was interesting. I only had a moment, and I was most curious if they accept my insurance, because I was told that their waiting list is only like 3 to 6 months, and I was like, oh, I don't have to wait a year to even talk to somebody.
Right, yeah.
And so I did get a contact information, so I may have a lead on a closer time for a surgery consult.
How long?
I don't know, but it was neat to get to shake the doctor's hand at a conference, where otherwise I would have had to make a special trip to New York to even ever see this person face to face.
Is that where they're based out of, New York? That's where
Oh no, I think they are in Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yes. And then there was another organization that was California and Texas, but they said that they absolutely did not accept my insurance. So I eliminated another one, which kind of stinks, but it's good because I know not to bother them, because they can't deal with it. So.
You don't have to waste your time.
Right, and it is difficult. You go and you're researching, but like if they don't take your insurance, like, well, unless you've got 25 grand just floating around that you wanna. I mean, if you have that, then you can go get your surgery pretty quick.
It seems to be that your insurance covering at least the big 2 surgeries is becoming more ubiquitous now. And it's amazing how many people are able to say, okay, I have Cigna. And I can go to them and say, I have Cigna. And they're like, what plan? I can take out the card. They can look at it and they can say from the card, they're like, we can help you. Whereas last year they weren't that committal. They were like, well, we can put in a request and la-da-da. Now they're able to say yes. So we've moved the needle that far in 365 days, and that's pretty awesome.
I know my company actually recently added like a ton of benefits for transgender individuals, which is super exciting.
Wonderful. What else do you want to talk about?
Did you guys see him? Did you girls watch any panels today?
I did go to one. One of the last panels of the day was on transitioning in middle to late age, which is of really interesting.
Yeah, I know.
It is
I
of
know
salience to
people,
me,
yeah.
because I am older than I look. Let's just leave it at that for you two. But
Wow.
they brought up a really interesting problem, and it's something that I have to cope with because I'm in a really, really, really male-dominated industry. I work on a ship, and I'm thinking about doing something else, but there is this reality about changing careers, that all of my reference letters, all of my certificates of competency, my degrees, my licenses, and all that have my old name on it. And so even if I completely change careers, it's like setting back the clock 20 years because I can't go to any of those people I've known before and say, hey, can you give me a reference letter, but the name I want you to use now is Quinn, you know?
Right.
It'd be a really long discussion
Yeah.
that I don't want to have with a lot of people. I've had to have it with my sister, it wasn't very fun. So it's kind of like informing my decision making as I move forward. Like I'm more likely to go back to my original career because I know it's such a struggle to try and find work as trans.
Yeah.
Especially late trans.
Yeah, late trans.
Or you're outing yourself immediately to your potential employer.
Yes.
That I'm pretty
Yeah.
okay with. I mean, you can Google me, so.
Yeah, well,
Right, but I mean, at that point you say, well, my name is changed along with my gender, and so all my credentials are in my previous name. And
Sure, and yeah, I think that would work, but
Yeah.
I just feel like it's awkward, it's disingenuous that, you know, employers are going to be like, we get it, we understand what you're doing, but I think that they would be really kind of off-put by it. Like, you're asking for special accommodation in the beginning.
potentially, yes.
You're really not. You're really not. You're not doing anything different
No.
than somebody who gets married and changes their
Yeah.
last name,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just enough.
I don't know.
that-
I'd say it's kind of different. But in
Well,
terms
I mean,
of
for
civil
what,
rights,
what
I
she's
don't think
talking
it's any
about,
different.
and like, well, in the situation she's talking about, when, if you're talking about someone like a HR rep who's supposed to be hiring you, yeah, it's not that much extra work than as if someone.
This is going farther afield from what we're talking about with regard to the conference, but human resources departments are there to protect the company.
Yeah,
They're not
that's
there
fair.
to help out the humans. They do not believe that humans are a
What?
resource. Humans are an enemy that they are
I'm
ready to
sure
defend the
they're
company.
most concerned with my interests. It says so in the brochure.
They're here to make you a valuable member of the team.
That's right.
Um,
Your needs are our greatest concern.
Well, the company that I just joined is extraordinarily queer friendly. I mean, so when I went in for the interview, there were about 50 other people, and it was like an LGBT conference.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. So I'm sure they were kind of used to it, and they actually wanted to be more inclusive. So that probably kind of helped me a little bit.
That's
when I got
cool.
hired, yeah.
See, and this is the part that I love, right? So despite the fact that we've never actually met before, I've been able to follow Jessi's life on Facebook. And she did just get a job that is totally exciting, and it's really, really cool to actually connect with people who, you know, it's social media, it gets maligned all the time, but, you know, this is a personal friend of mine who I've known for an hour. But that's really, really, really cool.
Yeah. I'm kind of living vicariously, but yeah.
In different cities, you know.
Yeah. Not even too far either. What, Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh,
Yeah, that's not far at all.
5 hours.
Well,
4 hours and 15 minutes if you drive like me.
it's a long walk.
And do you have your Miata?
I do not, no. I don't know if that car will actually make it all the way out here.
That's fair.
I brought it from
I want to
Norfolk.
be in one so bad. My
You
girlfriend.
have to come visit me in
and-
Pittsburgh.
My girlfriend in Milwaukee has one. I'm gonna visit her for a week, and yeah, I can't wait. That car is so cool. I love it.
We're going to take a moment. I'm going to stop it and start it again. It's easier to work with manageable sized